of the community raised questions about President Obama's visit. Some of Roseburg's leaders weighed in with a different view, saying they support President Obama coming to their town. Joining me now, Roseburg Mayor Larry Rich and City Council President Tom Ryan. Mayor Rich, let me start with you. You heard Stacey Boylan right there with an impassioned argument about how this has been politicized, and he doesn't agree with the president's agenda, and he doesn't want his family situation politicized by the president. What say you?
Well, I understand people are going to line up on both sides. I look at it as our community is grieving at the moment. We're here for the victims. The president has offered to come here and give us that national support to our community, and I think we need to show our respect and honor him as he is here representing the United States, and we need to be respectful of that. So I'm very happy that the president has decided to stop by.
What about you, Mr. Ryan? As you hear, you know, the thing about this particular situation is the president came right out and said we ought to politicize this. And now you've got, it's not just Stacey, you've got several of the family members saying, no, you don't get to politicize our tragedy, the death or the shooting injuries of our loved ones.
My personal opinion on the president's statement doesn't matter. He is the president of the United States. We will offer him everything that that office should be accorded. You know, I may disagree with his statements, but if he can help some of the victims, that's what we're here for. The other reason is that we got kind of a little bit tired of people claiming to represent our community that didn't.
Who's that, David Jakes?
Well, that might be one of them, yeah.
That's the guy who was on with Bill.
I'm a little more blunt than the mayor. He might elbow me soon.
Mr. Mayor, I ask you, you know, the White House was asked about this today, and Josh Earnest said in defending the president's visit, well, the president had a previously scheduled trip to the West Coast, so it does not require a significant change in his travel plans for him to travel to Oregon and spend some time with the families. Some view that as a bit insensitive to suggest, look, you know, you're on the way to his fundraising, so what the heck? He's just going to swing by and spend a little time with the grieving families. Your thoughts on that?
Well, what people don't realize is his committee actually called the day before and said, what do you think if we stop by? They said that he was going to be on the West Coast. What do you think if he stopped by your community? And I was the one that said, please do. Please show up. We would love to have you here. We would love to have that national support come to our community. It was an opportunity for our victims' families to meet, and he's coming here to meet with them privately. They're welcome to show up and visit if they want to. I just thank him for giving us that opportunity. And
how about you, Mr. Ryan? Let me ask you, as the blunt man you say you are, if the president starts speaking about a push for gun control in a community that seems to support the Second Amendment strongly, and in a situation where many of the victims support the Second Amendment and don't want to see gun laws tightened, what will you say to him?
Well, he is the president of the United States. Regardless of who the president is, they are welcome in our community.
Right.
If the members of the family want to meet with him, they're more than welcome to. If he can help them in any way, you know, more power to him. You know, my personal feelings are at the aside. He is the president of the United States.
Right. He has a microphone, but so do you. So do you. Will you push back on his position on behalf of folks like Stacey, or no?
Well, you know, our state representative made a I'll quote him as saying that, you know, when the vehicle is in the ditch and the people are injured, you take them out, then you argue about why the vehicle went in the ditch.
But that's the position.
In the ditch.
That's the position that the families are taking, who are objecting. They're saying before the bodies had even grown cold, the president was out there politicizing this issue. That's why they're angry. It's not that they dislike President Obama necessarily. It's that their loved ones their bodies hadn't been retrieved when he was at the lectern talking about how this needs to be politicized.
Well, I disagree with his statement, too, but he's still the President of the United States, and he will be welcome in our community.
That's great to see you both. Thank you, and all our condolences on what you've all gone through.